Hello viewers, and welcome back to Renowned Explorers. More to explore is the best part of my day. I love this game. Alright, let's get in there. So I know I said that we were going to do the Andes, and we are, but first, I think actually we're going to do the Highlands. Now this was suggested by frequent commenter, channel viewer, probably subscriber, Getter77, and I think he's actually super right. In the Andes, we're going to have some problems finishing things friendly sometimes. A lot of the Andes encounters really lean devious hard, and it's difficult to be friendly while the enemies are being devious. And the fact is that neither Transylvania nor the emerged island are going to be like super great for us. So I think actually the smart thing to do might be to do Highland Pursuit as our third expedition, then do the Andes as our fourth expedition, and then hit the Lost Island because there's still stuff there we haven't seen. So that's the plan. Let's do it. Let's Highlands. Let's figure out some sheep stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just talking. Have you ever tried to just like vamp over footage of you doing absolutely nothing? It turns out to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be when I started doing this. This expedition will be harder than it looks. An abbey hidden on this Scottish island holds a secret many have heard of, but which none have confirmed. The abbess of this abbey has become paranoid due to all the explorers and thieves knocking on her door looking for treasure. And this time we're actually in a position where we're going to be able to complete that encounter the way it's meant to be completed instead of beating up all the nuns. So that should be interesting. But that won't stop you. Kwame is determined to get the mysterious treasure held in the abbey, one way or another. Alright, and we started right next to a node that suggests it may have treasure, so that's exciting. A village is in dire need of your help. Damn it. Hello there, you explorers look mighty strong. We're often raided by bandits and could use some tactical training from some experts like yourselves. We might even reward you with a treasure. I would love a treasure, man. Alright, so we can get this north of a coin flip. I'm going for it. I want that treasure. Alright, an auspicious beginning. It took some time, but Philippe drilled those villagers into a capable militia. When you leave, the disciplined militia come to you with a gift. Commander Philippe, please accept this crown of King Angus. I'm assuming that that's Angus. As a token of our military relations, we hope it will bring you the glory you deserve, Commander. A great treasure. This Highlander pride will shine for all to see. Okay, pretty cool. 6 collect tokens. Our collect tokens are currently giving us a lot of payout. Plus 5 gold from every encounter token for the rest of the game is good. I don't know how good it's going to turn out to be, but I'm going to take the collect tokens for right now. Bird in the hand. Something. Alright, let's hit this node because it's free to hit this node. Alright. Obviously, we go back to get supplies. Lucky, you found some supplies between the cliffs. This will make exploring a bit easier. I'm curious what the meaning of like, did we find a pack wedged between some cliffs? Or are we picking wild cliff berries? Being an explorer is fun and all, but sometimes annoying locals think they can tag along. Oi, mister! We're gonna explore too! We're really good! Oh, I lost my boot. Don't ruin the expedition! Alright, that's harsh. I don't think that we have any reason to just assume that they're going to ruin the expedition for sure. Anyway, obviously, we're friendly sorts. We'll just politely explain to them why they need to get the hell away from us. Oh. I was hoping that Philippe's encourage would be good enough since they're weak to it, but it looks like it's not the case. Well, we'll still open with it. We'll just take down one this turn. I mean, to be fair, he does only have 35 speech power. We'll warm this guy up. Oh, you know what Philippe probably should have done is waited for somebody to do a friendly thing and then just whip an amnesia shot. with the plus 50% attack power. That might have been a better move for him. It's okay, you know, I'm shaking off the rust. I haven't played in a couple of days. I have to imagine we'll be able to endure 2 attacks from these random enemies. While everybody's at full health and everything. Okay, they couldn't even hit us. Out of curiosity, how much damage would that do? Oh no, it's not actually very much. Yep, sadly we do not have the ability to one-shot these guys. We need more speech power. Have to, well, after this expedition, we'll have enough research, I'm sure, to write another research paper and gain access to the New Orleans equipment shop. And then we'll be able to buy those speech-raising books. My friendly approach is awesome. Great approach. Look at how good our encounter tokens are. What a great approach. Okay. You convinced the Highlanders that the explorer life might be a little too tough for them. They promise to help you by telling others of your prowess. Kwame is making new friends. Of course he is. Everybody likes Kwame. So I think at this point we're going to start picking up a little bit more status from encounters, as I do love gold. And we're going to get a lot of status here anyway. Yeah, let's do more gold from encounters, or more gold from collect tokens. No, we're going to get more collect tokens here than we are encounters. Once again, Philippe seems to look more fit. He again improved one of his physical capabilities. How does he do that? What's his grit right now? 17. His armor is actually fine. I think we're going to give him grit. Kwame has grown too curious. With all those improvements, Kwame just needs to know what's going on. How can Philippe go from crippling ill to formidable in such a short time, even while he still looks a bit frail? What is your secret? Then Philippe shows his secret. He has a clockwork leg! He lost his leg in the Foreign Legion and had to create a new one for himself. Sometimes infections still occur, but it can often be improved. Amazing! Philippe is a clockwork cyborg! That is amazing. Harry is deeply impressed by Philippe's bio-clockwork engineering. To think that a disabled person could still live such an impressive and adventurous life is very inspiring. This curiosity soon turns into friendship. Nothing is more enjoyable than people opening up to you. Alright, so he gained 10% attack power, and he gained 5 grit. Okay, that's fine. That's not like a mind-blowingly exciting... The crew finds a flock of sheep that seems to have lost its herder. They look very bummed out. Why are we so bad at... Oh, because it's Beguiler that's being measured. Kwame ponders over the idea of comforting those sad sheep, so we can forcefully get their wool now that they're weak, you know, because sheep are usually so physically intimidating. Alright, we're going to try to help them out. We're not actually that well equipped for this. We're remarkably bad at this island so far. Harry does a little dance and sings a song to the sheep, who are immediately captivated. It seems the sheep have elected Harry as their new herder. Now you have a group of sheep following you around. Great. Yeah, I'm very curious to see... it's weird that it came to new symbols. I'm very curious to see what you can unlock by finding all the sheep. The crew is walking through a piece of nature that seems incredibly well kept. A sad-looking nobleman walks up to you. Oh, it seems you're enjoying my estate. You are invited to my manor. I have a problem, you see. Alright. When you arrive at his manor, which is a total mess, the nobleman explains. You see, I'm very lonely, but I finally got a date with a lady. However, my servants have all betrayed me and left. Now I'm in desperate need of someone to help me fix my issues. Please, I will pay you well. His servants all betrayed him? That's not... This guy's not telling us the whole story. I guess we're helping him because Kwame insists, but... The man is ecstatic. Yes, very good. The problems I have are, my neighbors. They keep making noise with their bagpipes. I asked them to stop in a polite letter, but they won't listen to me. Alright, well, let's go talk to the neighbors. Soon enough, you find some Scotsmen who are readying themselves to play some bagpipe music. Kwame politely explains the situation, but their response surprises you. What? Why do you think we're playing these horrible instruments? We want to annoy that bawhide as much as possible. I need to look this word up, man. This is not the first time I've seen it in this game. So yeah, I mean, let's just settle the issue diplomatically. Philippe will gain a level if we do the encounter. Yeah, let's do the encounter. We need the XP. We should do the encounter. Okay. Let's be friendly. These are the same guys, yeah. They have a little bit too much spirit for me to get them really efficiently. How's their armor? They do have 40 armor. I was thinking that I might be able to, you know, give them some of this. The old razzle-dazzle. But no, apparently not. Alright. I'm gonna go like this. We'll open up Devious like them. And that'll give friendly abilities plus 25% power, which I think will be enough, yeah, to push this into a one-shot. Alright, 2 down. Wame sadly can't get over here. I guess he's just gonna use Dance? May as well. Look at all of our bonus defenses. Hooray. Also, that noise he made was kind of cute. This is sort of worth the price of admission by itself, I guess. Oh, I'm so unnerved. Because Philippe is a total boss and doesn't afraid of anyone. Wow, do we really just, like, we're so far away from them. Alright, well, let's, buff him back up. Using friendly abilities on enemies is how you build this meter. Using friendly abilities to heal your teammates doesn't affect it. I guess we're just gonna wait for him. Let them come a turn closer. This is an opportunity to use focus anyway. Alright, so I think that Harry should now be able to one-shot with Impress. It looks like there's a chance it won't. And then, between the two of these guys, they've got this down. Alright, well, these encounters have been remarkably easy so far. The skill checks have been not so great for us. A lot of beguiling and not so much with the straight diplomacy. With the neighbors convinced not to play the bagpipes, you return to the nobleman. He's happy as well. Thank you so much. Now I can receive my date in peace. I do have one tiny wee request before I pay you. Damn it. You see, the manor is a mess and it desperately needs some cleaning. I wrote the neighbors a polite letter asking them to come clean my house, but they simply didn't respond. Could you help me? Yep. Yep, now I'm seeing it. This is what I was afraid of. Wow. We will... Scientists are good at cleaning? I guess. Alright. We will lose a resolve if we fail to clean this guy's house. That's crazy talk. The mansion is starting to look very neat. The nobleman is mildly impressed. Alright, it's starting to look decent here. I want to ask you for one last favor while the others continue cleaning. Son of a bitch. I want to impress my date with some beautiful flowers from my estate. I wrote the flowers a polite letter to present themselves, but they declined. Could one of you go and search for the prettiest flowers from my estate? The others can stay here. I don't want feet trampling my gardens. Why is Harry the best at this? Oh, because he's a survivalist. That makes sense. Alright, guy. There's a lot of dice rolling. I'm getting a little nervous. Alright. Harry has examined the estate for the prettiest flowers and returned with an astonishing bouquet. The nobleman is very pleased. Yes, amazing. There's no way my date can go wrong now. Not only will I pay you well, I'll see if I've got some treasure for you. Is there anything you had in mind? Oh gee, I don't know what... I guess a tapestry? Let me see if I've got anything for you. He leaves to return moments later with your reward and a sack containing some treasure. I hope this will do. Goodbye. He turned into Snake from The Simpsons there a little bit. Bye. Alright, so 2 treasure hunt tokens and a treasure. Actually, that's a pretty good payment. Is that right? I think the secret token's actually better. Because the secret token's a lot of status and a little bit of research, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to take the secret token, actually. Yeah, I'm happy with that. As the crew leaves the estate, you encounter the nobleman's date on her way to the mansion. It appears to be Maria. Harry takes a moment with the lady and makes it perfectly clear. Don't date that man. He's a total sponger. The lady runs away in terror. Serves him right. Time to continue exploring. Wow. First of all, screw her. A stranger says that guy's a total sponger and she runs away. But also, kind of screw Harry. That was not that cool. Uh-oh. Harry's caught stealing rations from Kwame. Aware of Kwame's kind nature and his weak spot for Harry's orphan stories, Harry makes a reflex excuse. Well... It's my absent father's fault I'm doing this. Seems like a real shitty reply. I'm gonna go with this one. I want the study tokens, but I think this is this is something that Kwame's more likely to be sensitive to, because he's very caring and helpful. I was just so sad and hungry thinking about my past. Harry's excuse works. Kwame doesn't really know how to react. Of course he's angry, but he doesn't want to push Harry. Kwame mumbles a little, okay, and turns around. Harry gets the food and feels bad about it, I hope. This leaves Harry thinking, with Kwame's soft spot and with such a tragic past, he could get away with almost anything. Okay, this is the face of someone who is not feeling bad about the thing he just did. However, he can't stop his conscience protesting this plan. He'll think about it. Yeah, we'll think about it. Alright, anyway, Philippe, get your level. Get your level on. So we have Harry roguing it up pretty well. I'm going to keep pushing Engineer. We may end up going for that that machine thing on the Lost Island again, actually. Maybe this time I'll do a good job with it. A group of 5 Highlanders is slumped around some old ruins. They look really down. These young men want to learn about their culture and heritage, but are unable to decipher the scriptures on the ruin. Oh, this thing. 5 Highlanders await your lecture. I don't actually know what happens if you get a better result if you just nail this, but we're gonna lie to them a lot. You spent some time coming up with a plausible heritage story for the Highlanders. While you were busy, one became impatient and left. We're gonna do this one more time. Alright, 3 Highlanders await your lecture. 64% chance. Let's try it. Uh-oh. Well, that's not so good. The Highlanders lose focus halfway through your presentation. Without saying a word, they prepare to leave. Okay. One of the attendants approaches you. I know that what you just told us was a bunch of baloney. I can appreciate the efforts, though. Skills like that are going to help you get places. Okay, well, that didn't go as well as I was hoping. A campfire story to tell. Level 2 quick thinkers gain +5 speech. Is he level... He's not. He's level 1. Damn it. Okay, so we could go level 3 rogues, gain +4 collect on rogue spins. He is a level 3 rogue now. But also, going dodgeball and pushing Kwame's quick thinker so that we can do stories of suspense might be a way to... Oh, man. This is tough. Because I want lots of tokens. For sure. The quick thinker thing would only affect Kwame anyway. Yeah, let's do Master Thief. Let's amp up our token generation. Harry is having quite roguish ambitions. To gain more gold, Harry is trying out new tactics to target unsuspecting targets. Harry sure is handy at pilfering unsuspecting victims, a skill that is quite convenient for acquiring greater wealth during adventures. The only one not so enthusiastic about this is Kwame, who's been Harry's unsuspecting victim one too many times. Boy, ain't that the truth. Alright, well, an epic encounter. A small shrine sits on top of a hill. Kwame feels like under the right circumstances, something interesting might happen here. For now, it's just a boring little chapel. Maybe you'll find the chapel's secret somewhere else. Maybe you're supposed to get all the sheep and go there. Because there's lots of ways to get sheep to follow you. Like this, another flock of sheep. These ones are panicking around. Maybe a quick mind can calm them down before they disperse. Yeah, let's try it. Come on, Kwame, get us some sheep. I love sheep, apparently. It's really important to me that we get these sheep. With sharpened senses, Kwame quickly scouts the field of chaos. There, Kwame finds the culprit, a berserking squirrel. He gives the squirrel a kick to knock it back to its senses. The sheep are so thankful they start following the crew. So we just kicked a squirrel. That was cool. That's a cool thing to do. You're a good guy, Kwame. So... I guess it doesn't really matter which one of these I go to. This one reveals another node to me. A decent herd of sheep that has been following you are making a ruckus. It seems they want to show you something. They lead you to a nearby pasture where they relax. An abandoned hut is nearby where you find some coin. Not bad. Okay. So... we can loop around underneath the Highlands, or underneath the Abbey. I think that that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, I think that we may have spoiled our ability to get the big sheep secret by going to that Abbey too soon, because it's no longer marked on the map. You are walking on a small mountain road when suddenly a panic-stricken shepherd approaches you and tries to speak. Once she catches her breath, she starts talking. I lost a large part of my flock and cannot find them anywhere. If I don't find them quickly, they might get lost, stolen, or eaten by other animals. Can you please help me find them? Sure, absolutely. I'll tell her to go screw. No, we're going to help. Obviously, we're going to help. Kwame looks at the time and the supplies and makes a decision whether to help the shepherd or not. This is going to cost us supplies, but I think it's worth doing. I think we're going to run out of supplies before we get to explore very much. Oh, you suck. 60%. You search for hours, but without any trace of the sheep. You eventually return to the shepherd and tell her about your unfortunate lack of results. No luck either, huh? Can you please continue searching? Yeah, we'll go for it one more time. After some intense searching, you spot some wool. Not long after, you see the lost flock of sheep has been driven away by a wolf. What a weird place for such a breed. Now listen, there are wolves everywhere. Always wolves. It's always wolves. The wolf looks hungry and is annoyed by your presence. He starts charging at you. Why is he so hungry? Couldn't he have eaten all those sheep? Alright, let's see here. It's just the one wolf? Really? It's weird. Alright, well, it is... okay, yeah, it's just not very impressive at all. Alright, so I think we want to open up Devious, actually. The only person who's really qualified is Harry. So let's open up Devious. This way, if the other two do friendly attacks and they don't get the kill, it'll still leave us in provocative. Actually, hold on a second. Oh, Kwame can't even get over to him. Well, crap. Oh, this is gonna one-shot him. Okay, well, it's not gonna one-shot him, but it's gonna finish him off. I think that that's actually gonna leave us in Devious. Yeah, that's a shame. I thought he was gonna take more hits than that. You successfully got rid of the wolf. You take notes on the breed, which isn't of Scottish origin, to work on later. The sheep seem more relaxed now. Time to herd them back to the shepherd. We're not that good at sheep herding. Shepherding. Whatever. The crew works together like sheepdogs and successfully brings all the sheep back to the shepherd. Thank you so much. I'll repay you with half the earnings I would have lost. Half the earnings you would have lost? Alright, fine. Yeah, this sucks, dude. I think that we are actually going to go to this node, but not necessarily... my plan was to not necessarily actually enter, and instead go on to the other side of the island, but we didn't reveal any supply nodes, and we didn't reveal any good nodes at all, actually. Ah, boy. This has not been that profitable. I mean, this is like a lot of tokens, I guess. So the question is, do I want to push on into the gray hoping to find more stuff, but definitely taking some penalties? Or do I just want to... end the adventure now. We only got a little bit of treasure, too. I'm not happy about how few treasures we found. There's so much more out there. You know what? we'll just wrap it up now. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm a little too concerned about how difficult the Abbess encounter sometimes is. If we go find another encounter, though, we could level Harry up. It wouldn't really gain us much. I guess he'd gain sense of humor. We can do that. No, let's just do the encounter. The Abbey seems well fortified. You're probably not the first one to come looking for this treasure. Kwame even seems to identify some cloth that looks like it belongs to Rivaloo. That's a big leap there, Kwame. Alright, so we knock on the door of the Abbey, and we hear the voice of the Abbess from the other side. Go away! I know what you're after! Well, I think we're actually going to be able to do this. Oh wow, maybe not. Why are we so bad at this? Oh, because Beguiler. It's always Beguiler. It's never... We're never interested in trying to be diplomatic. We're always just trying to get through things by lying. Alright, well, Kwame has a 2% better chance to get it done, but Harry's going to try to convince her actually because of, first of all, the underdog bonus, and secondly, more tokens. 63% is not all that good. Good enough. With a high-pitched, pity-inducing voice, Harry manages to catch the Abbess off guard. Harry's plea that you're really good people seems to work. I'll let you in on one condition. Philippe looks way too shady and has to drink this holy water. It's enchanted to make people lose attacks, so you've been warned. Don't warn us that, maybe. Since you want us to actually drink it. The Abbess opens the door, and Philippe drinks the disgusting holy water, which she's apparently been saving for 89 years. She bids you a cautious welcome. Welcome in the Abbey, so you probably want the mysterious relic we have here. What do you want it for? Maybe we don't want it at all. Why don't you let us tell you what's up, huh? Yeah, to beat that smug rivalry, this isn't really why we want it, but I want the collect tokens. The Abbess is shocked. What? I can't let you have the treasure for that reason. Who do you think you are? The wrath of God will be kindled against you. Looks like we're in for a hefty argument. I'm not that concerned. Whew, it is so hot in my apartment. Over. So that I can turn on the very loud air conditioner. Alright, well, we're just gonna talk our way out. That's all. Wow. All of the nuns started right on top of us. This sucks. She probably made the wrong person drink the holy water, because Harry's gonna shoot some nuns. Right? I have to, I think. I think we'll get torn apart. We'll get torn apart by these rabid nuns if I don't do this. I'm trying to find an angle where I can be greedy and get even more. Like, if I went down to here... Yep. Shooting 3 nuns to death is not really different from shooting 4 nuns to death. Right? I mean, like, morally. Okay, so they have a pretty big advantage against us for this turn. We're going to turn things around, though. I know. Just real mad. It's fine. It's going to be okay. So I think Kwame comes over here and excites this nun. And we're just going to be friendly from now on, but we had to get that, initial clearance. Actually, I don't really want to amnesia shot right now. I think I'm just going to fall back and wait. We'll friendly out. Oh no! Okay. Harry's too gritty to listen to the reprimands of a nun? What exactly? How does this work? So can you... Yeah, he can impress a nun all the way out of the fight in a single maneuver. I've got medals and stuff. And she's like, wow, that's great. I think you should have our religious treasures. I don't really understand some of the time what the what the speech attacks are supposed to represent. Yeah, sure, I love Coke commercials. They had a nice chat about that commercial they like. Okay. He's opening up to our friendly attitude. I do not like her being in this space, but There's not a ton I can do about it. Oh, you know what? I should have done the amnesia shot here. Because it lowers defenses. Well. Terrifying, I guess. Sort of. Alright, we'll do this now. Lower her defenses. And then she can get excited. Actually, man, I did it this way so that I could have her end the turn impressed rather than excited. But if I had laid on the impress first... Oh, never mind. I'm gonna get her... I'm gonna get her anyway. Maybe we don't really need more speech power. Maybe we're just fine, because that was completely trivial. It was by no means an easy task, but you convinced the abbess. Maybe you're right. The treasure does not belong here any longer. I remembered the voice. It should be out there in the world, where everyone can see it. And so she hands us St. Andrew's bones, probably. Nope, we got Columba's staff instead. +3 campaign for each level of Beguiler in your crew, which is 1? Yeah, so that's not so good. So 3 encounter tokens is a terrible treasure. But I do think it's what we're taking. Ugh. Kwame is particularly proud of how you solved this issue. As a believer, Kwame feels that pious people like the abbess should be respected and protected. This boosts his morale, increasing his speech by 3 permanently. That's cool. With the treasure in hand, the crew leaves the Abbey. This expedition is a great success, and you can't wait to prepare for your next endeavor. Back to London. We got through that really quickly. You know what? I think we're going to do the Andes in the same video. So look at that. I didn't lie after all. You guys will get to see the Andes. I do feel a little disappointed about how that went. I don't think that we really did all that well. We only got 3 treasures. We didn't get to see what looked like more than half of the island. It's disappointing. Only got 1,000 gold. What is this nonsense? Alright, so we're not going to do either of these. We're going to do Timbuktu, because we're about to unlock both of these equipment shops by writing research papers. Jumbo! The African Union has heard about your amazing trials. We'd like to invite you to our ports, societies, and monuments to share your insight. Okay. So in a certain sense, it's a bummer because we're not going to get our Berlin bonus anymore if we do those, but we might still do them, honestly. So it's going to be 120 research. We can definitely get enough research to do both of these. Yeah, 150 research. We have to generate 60 research off of 4 things. We'll get that. So this is 2 and 2. These guys are currently giving us like 6.5 research each, and these guys are giving us like 4. So on average, 13 plus 8, 21. Yeah, this should be very easily sufficient, and it gets us, you know, the payout of our collect tokens, which is great. Also, Harry, I think we're gonna focus on Rogue. Hold on. Let's have a look at the Andes real quick. Do we need Beguiler skills? No, we need Rogue skills more than Beguiler skills. Let's go Rogue. Let's go deep on Rogue. I wanted him to get Beguiler so that he would, you know, have the breadth of capability, but let's focus up on Rogue really hard. Okay, so I think that it makes the most sense to do this, at least for the first 3. Let's get to 150 science. Okay, and then we'll consider that we may spend the last point of resolve in a different way. Alright. Treasure hunt every time we find a treasure, and plus 50% renown from gold. Okay, let's talk about spending our other resources. So now that we have all of these shops and entourage things open, let's have a look at what we have available to us. So we still have this. We have the San Francisco entourage shop just opened up. Oh, okay, so this has guys in it that give you extra payout from your tokens. We like that a lot. So athlete stamina or quick thinker nimble. Well, let's juice his quick thinker, shall we? Getter 77 also suggested to me that I should juice his quick thinker, and I think we're gonna try it. So let's do this. Yeah, Dirt, help us out, buddy. This is quite some art, though. The nameless loner, who everyone calls Dirt, an expert gunslinger from the desert, wants to teach one of you stamina or quick thinker nimble. I'm especially okay doing quick thinker here because athlete stamina is easy to get from trinkets, I believe. I think stamina is the one you get from the machete. So Kwame will learn another level of quick thinker. And then he's going to get quick thinker on level up in 2 XP. And we'll see what else. He's also going to get a trinket slot when we do that. So at 250, actually what we can do is upgrade this and get another token on friendly encounter finishes. Yep. And then our last point of insight, we maybe even could save, because we're not going to have enough insight after this 4th expedition to buy out all the people we have access to now and buy... Like, we won't be taking the entourage shop, so we could take the insight spending in Asia after the next expedition as our city bonus, and then we can spend our insight in Asia where we'll get the large tokens. So yeah, I think it might be worth it to bank. So let's have a look. We opened up a new shop here, a couple new shops, and I know the patch notes said that they had changed the stuff that's available a little bit. So like, these are new. Naturalist, Geology, Athlete, Tenacious, Diplomat, Negotiations, and Rogue Bluffing. That's pretty clever, actually. That's a nice trinket. This gives Rogue Bluffing as well, and corrects your missing speech, or missing your missed chances on your weaker abilities. So I think what we're going to do is buy 2 master books, possibly. Let's upgrade the shop again, because I think that's what I'm going to do, and that would be 800 gold. So we had the money left over to upgrade the shop, and I want to see what the other trinkets are before making decisions. Alright, 15 grit and quick thinker reflexes. A banjo. +3 grit for each level of Beguiler and the astonishing perk. That's actually really interesting. It's a lot of gold, though. And tactician offense, +1 attack and +2 speech defense for each level of a tactician. Oh, wow. That's a really cool trinket. It's not that good for this party, but it's good for some parties. Also, the flavor text. Maybe you can get Rivaloo in jail with this. He'll probably concede on the charge of being outrageously handsome. That is a ridiculous description. So yeah, we'll do... Let's shore up the low speech values of some more people, so... Let's do that. And then Harry is impressing, so we'll buy him this. There we go. Kwame still has very good speech even with just this, and then he also has plus 10% speech power on his attack, so... And then we have a little bit of money left over to buy trinkets with. So I want to get points of Quick Thinker. Quick Thinker Wits. But he won't get his trinket slot until he'll get his trinket slot during the adventure. Can we equip stuff that we brought with us but didn't have? 75 gold is not very much for a perk. Do I want to take it over? No, I think we need Diplomat for the Andes, right? Yeah. I'm gonna buy it. And we'll just hope that we're allowed to equip things during the mission. Yeah. And then we can afford to upgrade this shop and just, you know, get a little bit of advanced information on what's available. So plus 10 speech when the mood is pleasant, plus survivalist spotting, or plus 5 armor and rogue sneaking. Okay. And then the gloves here are not terribly useful for us because they buff your attack a lot. Alright, let's get out to the Andes. This is going to be a little bit longer episode than usual, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with recording a little bit extra. before I turn on my air conditioning. You made it to the mysterious Andes range. So far, so good. Kwame feels that getting here is already a great achievement. Navigating the mountains was extremely difficult, even with a state-of-the-art blimp. But, of course, warriors, foreign intruders, topple the Emperor, whatever. We always gotta start with an encounter. This is not going to be a terribly high-scoring run. But again, mostly we're just gathering information still at this point. Okay, so these guys are not weak to friendliness. That's a shame. And yeah, so this is what I was talking about. We're going to end up being devious a lot here. It's going to be difficult. We're going to end up opening up devious, is what I should say, and we're going to try to wrap encounters friendly, but we're going to have to dance very carefully over the devious friendly line because we don't want to end turns friendly. Oh wow. Speech power. Did you say Kali? Alright. He didn't have range to use his friendly ability, but even if he could get close enough, I wouldn't have used it. Alright. This turn we're just going to go super hard. So this is the same guy that I just one-shot, right? Yeah. Harry is completely captivating. I believe it. You know, we've managed to stack up enough bonuses with the speech bonuses and the books and the Kwame making everybody excited. Alright, you can visit our glorious empire, but stick to the paths. And don't even think of toppling our glorious emperor. Yep, sure. You'll stick to the path. The path of adventure! Alright. I bet this is just one big misunderstanding, you know? Let's go talk to that emperor. We'll see what's up. Alright. Kwame's making new friends with his friendly attitude. One local in specific is determined to aid you with his or her talents. So let's go with, gold from collect tokens, I think, because we're going to get a lot of collect tokens on this adventure. And Kwame gets to level up, take a point of Quick Thinker, and no, you cannot swap trinkets you brought with you. Oh well. I'll get it after this adventure then. I'm a little bummed. While exploring a new area, you suddenly hear stern voices from behind. Halt! Cooperate and hear us! You will bow to the great leader, and he will be pleased with our devotion to your capture. There's the reason I laughed there, in case you didn't get it, was a stop, collaborate, and listen joke. These dudes are cool as ice, get it? And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say stop, collaborate, and listen, then that's good. Good for you. Don't go researching it. You will not be happy to have learned the thing. Alright, I'm trying something a little dangerous here. Actually, no, I'm just being stupid. This is not a good thing to have done. But we'll be able to take this guy down. Because Kwame has a 100% hit chance on his weaken rage. So, that puts us over into Devious. The reason that was a stupid thing to do is if Philippe had missed with his sadness, then we would have been stuck in friendly for the whole turn, and that is not a good plan. Wow. That dude actually hit Philippe quite hard. So what's my plan here? What is this guy weak against? Sadness? It might be to do this. Like, here's the thing. These blue guys are getting confident every turn, and they get a big bonus for being confident. That's why Philippe got hit so hard. So what I need to do is make them not confident anymore. And you can't actually do that by making them anything else, because they gain confidence at the start of each turn. So what you have to do is lower their attitude. Okay, we can eliminate this one, I think, and then just do this on this guy. So let's start with eliminating this guy. Or let's start with hitting this guy. And then we'll enrage this guy to drop him out of confident. And I'm fairly confident when he gains his points of confidence at the beginning of the turn, it won't move him all the way over into confident. It'll just move him into neutral. I was hoping that there was a chance that going devious would remove that point from the bar, because I think we need to defeat this guy friendly to ensure that we can end the encounter friendly. But it does put us in a bit of a rough position. Now, everybody in our party has a significant amount of grit, so maybe the enemies will just miss us. Or maybe they'll spread their attacks out in such a way that it doesn't matter if they miss. That's nice of them. Okay, I'm confident that we can end the encounter now. Please get there. Yeah. Alright. That was a little rough, and a lot of our encounters are going to be like that here. Our friendly approach has proven its worth. True story. The only way that these devoted disciples of the Emperor will leave you alone is by promising that you will build a statue of him back at the Society in London. And they want it placed right next to that of the magnificent Rivalou, of whom they have heard so many tales. Great. Well, I was hoping to expend one more point of supplies before coming back here, but actually it looks like we're not going to get this, so never mind. The night is coming, and you need a place to set up camp quickly. You could go further into the jungle until you find the perfect camping spot, surrounded by interesting flora. Kwame also considers finding a safer and more conventional camping spot, so we get 2 study tokens for this. We could get 2 supplies, but if we whiff, we'll lose a resolve. Let's just go for the study tokens. Better be safe. The night was comfortable, and Philippe even had some time to observe the Andes with great interest. The moon shining over the mountains is a pretty romantic sight. And when Philippe gets romantic, he just thinks, man, I love studying. You arrive in a small Incan village. Kwame is not sure whether this particular village is with or against the Emperor. In fact, signs with the red crosses through them, these guys are against the Emperor. Good day, friends. At least, that wholly depends on your opinion of the Emperor. Well, it turns out he is below even the worst type of vermin. 4 campaign tokens. The villagers believe you speak wise words and promise to spread your wisdom. The crew showed great knowledge of character, but we're actually going to support the Emperor. Oh no, they're infuriated that we cannot see the Emperor for what he truly is, and so they start a fight with us, and then we beat them and we get tokens. I'm excited about it. And soon they will be too. These guys have very little health, and we will trivially defeat them. It kind of sounds like Philippe is saying fly away, doesn't it? Fly away! He sounds like an old samurai caricature from like a 70s kung fu movie saying fly away. It's like an old kung fu master who's a big Lenny Kravitz fan. I want to fly away, just like a dragonfly. Maybe that joke doesn't land. Maybe nobody else watches old kung fu movies. Alright, well, this Incan villager is very impressed. He watches old kung fu movies. He got my joke. In the end, you manage to convince the villagers of what you really think about the Emperor. Ambiguous. And then we go on our way. And Kwame is tearing it up out here. I think we're just going to keep going, collect tokens. Harry has been thinking about how he abused Kwame's kindness by using his orphan background to his advantage. He weighs the pros and cons of getting his way like this and comes to a conclusion. So this is a crappy thing to do. Harry expresses his regret for having taken advantage of Kwame. 5 encounter tokens is way better than 5 campaign tokens, but I strongly suspect that the end result of the story for doing this will be better than the end result of doing that. Harry tells Kwame that he's sorry. He's a strong individual and doesn't need pampering all the time. Also, he doesn't have weak ankles, can sleep fine without Kwame's blanket, and won't die if he doesn't get a sugary treat every 2 hours. Kwame is delighted by Harry's brave confession. Kwame was getting worried that taking care of Harry would become too much. All is forgiven and the two proceed to treat each other as equals. No pitying or abuse. Their friendship grows strong and would last until far beyond the coronation of the most renowned explorer. Yeah, so plus 10% speech power is awesome for this adventure. Plus 10 grit and the diplomat honesty trait. Plus 20 grit and rogue subterfuge. Cool. Alright, let's keep exploring over here. We're going to hit the city in a second. From a short distance, you can see some people performing a religious ritual. So we pray to Supe, the god of death, not to come for us this year. We grovel before his might. Very interesting. So we could get a good story out of this, or observe the ritual for science, or we could be a huge dick and get a ton of collect tokens. Let's do it. Available because Harry knows mischief, not even because of his rogueliness, but specifically because he knows mischief. By using a makeshift megaphone, Harry distorts his voice and speaks loudly. Leave your gold and go wash yourselves in the nearest river. Then I might spare you for this year. I, Supe, have spoken. It works. They all leave an offering and rush away. Score. And also, that was kind of a shitty thing to do. Anyway, it's done. The crew accidentally trespasses on an angry herd of llamas. The odds are stacked firmly against you. There must be at least 100 llamas. No way you can take them all. You need to use a more diplomatic approach or run before you get drowned in llama spit. Ooh, we'll get a discovery token if we succeed on this. Losing armor on this expedition would be kind of a bummer. So let's not fail. Alright. By using the llama's family values and targeting the alpha llamas, Harry and crew makes friends with the herd. So did we talk? Okay. You're granted safe passage through the amazing mountains and are spared a spit shower, so supplies and a discovery. Pretty cool. The crew moves through the twisted canyons and paths in the mountains, but around the next bend they face an unpleasant surprise. A military checkpoint. A couple dozen warriors and disciples are commanded by a loyal commander. Some foreign spies have come to destroy our culture. We will let no one pass by the Emperor's command. Trying to engage them would be suicide. Fortunately, we have somebody who's really sneaky. Yeah, look at that. Harry successfully sneaks past the guards. Cheerio, mountain monkeys! With a little extra effort, Harry drops a rope from a higher ledge for safe passage. And we continue exploring. And we camp for the night. Why not? So, Philippe has 5 levels of engineer. Could gain 15 attack. We don't attack people very often. But Amnesia Shot is attack-based. That's pretty interesting. We're not going to do that. We're going to take the dodgeball story, I think. Level 2 Quick Thinkers gain plus 5 speech. That is a 10% speech bonus. I'm going to do dodgeball because that'll allow us to get Kwame up to up to Quick Thinker 5. This is maybe not the right thing to do. Honestly, I'm going to hold all these. Out of nowhere, Kwame pulls out a ball and hurls it toward Harry. Kwame casually yells catch before Harry is struck on the head. Harry picks up the ball and makes a revenge strike. Within seconds, the crew is having an all-out dodgeball match. A group of locals even joins the competition. Kwame is the winner. After hours of powerful throws and apt dodges, the crew's reflexes have increased. Alright, so Kwame will be Quick Thinker 5. I know that'll be just in time for the game to end. I do feel bad. I feel like we had a really slow start on this one. A field full of guava trees, and they're bearing fruit. The crew collects as much as they can for supplies. You're bound to find some less than loyal soldiers in a place like this. These fellows aren't looking to start a fight and might even want to trade a little. Get it, Kwame? It's a deal. Kwame offers some foreign baubles for local goods. One of the local goods is a delicious recipe for chocolate. This will surely bring some profits. So wait, are we going to sell the chocolate, or are we going to, like, set up a business? You arrive at a small trading post. I love the trading post. Welcome to our small trading settlement. Here you can hop on a llama and travel the lands quickly. Also, you can trade for some stuff. Yeah, let's trade. I see you have some exotic baubles. I'll pay you handsomely for them, and you gain 6 collect tokens. Fantastic. So let's travel along the roads to the other cities, and pick up all the quests. The plagued city of Laktapata. That is not the same, these are not the same two cities that we saw last time we were here. Oh my, what a dark and troubled place. Local guards are everywhere, and the streets are teeming with the bones of the dead. The villagers look very afraid. A militia leader greets you. Welcome to Laktapata, brave travelers. I'm Juana Hatun, head of the guard. Every day we are attacked by hordes of skeletons. Of course, that sorry excuse for an emperor refuses to help us. We have a few options to consider. Can we help? A vile necromancer is terrorizing the city. She's been sending wave after wave of skeleton warriors because we won't accept her as our princess. Skeleton warriors, really? The emperor isn't doing anything to stop her, the lazy bum. Please go confront the necromancer. Yeah, okay, I guess. Also, don't be friendly to her. She doesn't take kindness kindly. Huh. Well, it's conveniently right next to the other city. Let's visit the local shop. So we can buy supplies for resolve. Oh, they don't have any ability to trade gold for stuff. Sometimes you can spend like 50 or 70 gold and get a thing. I'll consider that. Let's travel to the next, the peaceful village of Atiko. We have seen this one before. You arrive at a town that is remarkably peaceful. Local guards are being bombarded with flowers, and people are singing songs together in protest of the current government. Kwame really appreciates this and gains grit from it. Welcome to Atiko, foreign friends. I'm Apichu. As you can see, the people here are angry with the current oppressive regime, but we believe in finding a peaceful solution. Well, can we help? Our wise Alderman has left Atiko in search of spiritual growth, but now he's gone, we miss his enlightened guidance in these troubling times. It's getting out of hand. My neighbor Henri almost threw a pebble at the guards. Alright, let's see what we can do. I'll mark where he was last seen on your map. Oh. Well, this'll be easy. No, we're good. We're gonna solve all of your problems, because we're heroes. Let's do this first. I'm very curious. A rogue or engineer may be useful, you say. An eerie aura emanates from the it. The city of Laktapata has been troubled by the necromancer living inside the temple. This is going to be very dangerous. Is the crew ready to face the dangers of the undead and bring peace to Laktapata? Yeah. Yes, obviously. Harry bravely steps forward. Adventure awaits inside. Behind the entrance awaits a long corridor. Skeletal motifs decorate the walls. The place looks relatively peaceful. But when Philippe makes one wrong move... Traps! Wow, that is a lot of traps. Philippe is lucky he hasn't already been torn to pieces. It will be impossible to pass this sea of knives. Only by reverse engineering the mechanics will you have a chance of disabling the traps. Well, it turns out we're awesome at that. Philippe puts all the traps to rest. The system was very complicated, but no match for Philippe's token-gathering skills. Look at that, 10 tokens. Beautiful. The corridor goes on for a little while. At the end, a massive door stands before you with a chilling wind slipping through beneath it. You don't have to guess twice what's behind it. What a bizarre room. There actually are skeleton warriors. I thought there was a pretty good chance that this was going to turn out to be a Scooby-Doo thing and it was going to be some dudes in masks. What a bizarre room. The place is dark and filled with quasi-animated skeletons. It seems they're guarding an emerald skull in the middle of the room. I love emerald skulls. You thought you would be facing the Necromancer, but maybe this is the source of the undead. It's clear. You need to steal that emerald skull. I agree. I'm so glad that this is the thing we wanted to do. While the skeletal guards don't react or notice you, they do react when you get closer to the skull. They're basically glorified traps, but with so many of them that they can cause serious trouble. Maybe someone good at stealing would be able to pilfer the skull. Yeah, maybe. Look at that, 122% chance to succeed. And we get a bonus to our collect tokens. Honestly, these are getting close to providing as much status as a status token. All the skeletons suddenly collapse. You did it! You did it! That's not usually how we say that. The emerald skull starts glowing hot. It flies out of Harry's hand and starts to transform. In the rumble, you hear a voice. Ah! What is... Yeah, what's going on? Death to those who oppose the goddess! A cute little girl appears out of nowhere. Are you lost, little girl? Whoa. Shut your mouth, you... Wow, that's... Okay, that's some language. I'm not a kid, I'm the godly Princess Necromancer. Respect me as your superior, bow down to your princess, and give me candy. Okay. Those are naughty words for such a cute little girl. Kwame has a strong opinion about reprimanding this little girl. The Necromancer's reaction is quite rude. You'd better respect me, otherwise I will cut your corpses into pieces and feed the pieces to puppies, and then drown those puppies in your blood. Wow. Wow, that's an awesome threat. Whatever, I'm gonna do it right now. Okay, well, I guess... Wow. This is really something. I'm so glad we came here. Okay, so she doesn't like it if we're friendly? What we heard, hopefully that doesn't turn out to be that true. I think we still want to resolve this friendly. I think a collect token and a campaign token is better than either of those bonuses. So these skeletons are actually only weak to being impressed. And they have no armor. That's also a thing. Weaker to enraged and impressed. You might be immortal, but he hasn't seen it all. He's easily impressed. Don't treat her friendly like a child or you'll suffer her wrath. And she is strong against all types of friendly damage. We might actually be wrapping this devious. Well, we're going to start aggressive probably because it looks like with these guys at such low armor, Harry's probably going to be able to kill these three in a single shot. Okay, that was easy enough. Alright, so we'll try not to be in friendly until right before we finish the encounter, I think. This is the plan. Oh, there's more skeletons up here. Wow, she brought a lot of... I thought all the skeletons fell to pieces or something. Okay, we can afford to do friendly right now. I think we're probably in range for these guys to attack. Which actually is fine, because it'll let us get a little bit of information about what their attacks look like. What you got? Oh! Okay, she has, like, actual magic. Actual crazy lightning magic. Alright, this guy's weak to enrage. We might want to be a little bit careful about this. That was weird. Little sudden lock up there. Yeah, we're gonna... So she's not weak against anything. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Foaming with rage. And I think Kwame is just gonna heal Philippe with his Excite. She has 15 armor and 15 speech defense. I don't want an amnesia shot at the end of the turn. I'd rather amnesia shot at the beginning of a future turn. Okay, we gotta deal with these guys. Okay, they have physical attacks. Ooh, AoE. Oh no, okay, it was an AoE buff. Well, I don't think that'll be a problem though. Because probably, yeah, Harry can one-shot the blue guy. Wait, there's no mixed signals. He's not getting mixed signals from us. It was her who made him confident. Alright, so I guess Kwame needs more move, man. I guess we'll dance for the buff, but I'm not happy about it because it's basically a turn spent doing nothing. And we'll just give this guy a chop. It's possible that we will not be ending this friendly. I'm going to try to friendly out the boss, and usually the last hit on a boss-type enemy is worth a lot of points of attitude. Aha, I am resistant to your damage on account of my dancing. Kwame and I did a little dance, and now we're all happy. So she seems to be mostly focusing on physical attacks. I don't think it would be a big deal, probably, for me to hit her with Excite. Yeah, and I want to start accumulating some friendliness points. We're going to have to manage our friendliness very carefully. Oh. Okay, so it's not even getting to friendly that does it, it's just hitting her with a friendly attack. Well, that's not so good. Ow. Oh, that wasn't actually even that bad. So... Oh no! I moved the mouse right before I clicked, and so I missed. Shoot. Okay. Well, let's do this and see if it'll calm her down. And I have to heal him. I'm annoyed by that. I misclicked my tranquility by just the slightest little bit. Okay. So now the question is, can I bomb her out with friendly abilities? With her being so resistant. I think I probably can. Yeah. So I think... Wow. Creepy. Okay, that was what I wanted. And now Kwame will finish her off, and him finishing her off will move the party mood to friendly, and also we will have finished the boss off with a friendly attack, and we'll gain a ton of friendly points. And it might be enough to change our dominant mood for the encounter. Yep, 15. We got there. We defeated her with friendliness. No, don't be kind. I need your hate. I need your respect. Hate me. Hate me. Hate me. I am the offer. She's blowing up. With an enormous flash of light, the Necromancer explodes. The temple instantly loses its cold and eerie aura. It seems a curse has been lifted. You've done well. The emerald skull lies on the floor. Yours for the taking. Okay. Sure. I think I'm going to take research and gold from discovery tokens. This isn't great. Maybe I do take the secret token because I want... Or even research and status from discovery? No, we're going to try to get some more discovery tokens. Yeah, I'm doing that. What an adventure that was! Traps, treasures, and even a necromancer. Not only have you performed your duty as an explorer duty, you've also done the people of Tapata a great favor. You should return to them and report your victory. Okay, I'll do that. Let's do that now. And by do that now, I mean, hold on, let's go do this. The mountains hold plenty of natural wonders. Keeping your eyes open is imperative to finding something valuable or interesting. That's valuable. With the right focus, you find what you're looking for, but the real victory is that you didn't find any llamas. That's true. You encounter a lonely villager, peacefully gathering food from the local plants. Kwame approaches him and sees he's trembling heavily. I'm sorry, but if I don't warn the guards, they'll hurt me. The villager runs away and warns the guards. Alright, well, we're going to be nice to this guy and explain to him calmly that what he did hurt our feelings. And not throw in that if he does it again, we'll definitely kill him. We're going to leave that part out. Okay, so we have to figure out how we're gonna deal with these guards. None of them can get close enough to actually hit Kwame. Oh, actually, we really can't. Yeah, I guess Philippe just goes to here, and Harry's gonna go around this side and focus. Stop just short of enemy range. And I guess we'll see what they do. Alright, so these guys are strong against Excite and not weak against anything. But Philippe can probably take one of them down with his confident boost. Kwame still can't affect anybody, ever. Well, I can do that at least. And Harry is just going to dodge all the enemies, and that's how we're going to deal with the big armor penalty. Actually, what we're going to do is dance Harry out of there. Okay. Kwame's got high defenses, and Dance has improved them even more. Ouch. Well, this could be bad. We might actually lose Resolve. Okay, no, they split up. They split up for absolutely no reason in a way that couldn't possibly help them, which I really appreciate. Oh, wait, actually. Is there a way for me to get in range of this guy? There is not. Well, actually, no, there is. If I get this guy out of the way first. That's really not going to happen. Never mind, we're going to be spending this whole turn dealing with this guy. So we tank his defenses. Alright, this will probably take him down. It might leave him at very low health. No, we got him. We just have to eat another attack. There's not really anything we can do about it. We'll still finish the encounter friendly. I'm not worried about that. Alright. Oh no, actually we didn't. We needed to hit that guy twice. I'm really upset about that. That's the second time this video I've screwed that up. Unfortunately, we can't move right back to the city from here, which is ridiculous because there's just an open field between them. But we found the old fart. The wise alderman from the peaceful village Vatico is meditating in the mountains, surrounded by some very serious-looking monkeys. You approach the man, but he quickly stops you. No, travelers, you've yet to show your true spirit. We have to negotiate with these monkeys. Conduct diplomacy with my primate brethren. Well, yeah, fine. Classy. Kwame quickly becomes friends with the monkeys after generously offering a peace papaya. The alderman is pleased, and the monkeys nod in agreement. Your spirit is truly peaceful. Allow me to grant you guidance with this peace poncho. If you listen closely to it, it will guide your soul. Because that's what you should do with a poncho, is listen to it. Alright. The poncho reeks of sweaty old man. Yes, this poncho holds all the knowledge I gathered on my journeys, and I never took it off. Don't wash out its wisdoms. Alright, well, let's get back to Atiko. So, we're going to have to go around a little bit. I was hoping for the hidden horde. Could have been, you know. Back in the peaceful town, they're still eager to topple their government in the most ethical way possible. About your guru. We have found him, and he sent this poncho. Oh wow, I can smell the intense wisdom it emanates. Yes, with this garb our resolve will be strengthened for the good cause. Please accept our gifts and knowledge. I feel confident that we can continue on the right path with this miracle poncho. There we go. See, I got another token already. Alright, so let's go back to Laktapata. Our llama expresses fast, and we don't care too much for money. Money can't buy us love, so you can get to other cities really cheaply. That's nice. Let's get over here. The military is still holding guard. Hey, about that Necromancer. She will bother you no more. Please accept these gifts of gold and knowledge for your trouble. May it bring you ever-increasing renown. And this guy gave us 6 collect tokens, which I think I actually would rather have than a treasure hunt. Okay, so let's... Does the shop... Nope, shop doesn't offer us any different values. I think I am going to buy the 4 supplies. Now we can finally start to rebuild the city. Maybe in a decade or 2, we might even be ready to face the Emperor himself. Yeah. So... I'm surprised that there's not a path here. That's fine, we'll go around. A little bit more exploring. A pouch of silver coins. Somebody must be pretty upset you found this, but he or she will be fine. Money doesn't make you happy. It does make you a successful explorer, though. Also, money doesn't directly make you happy. It can still make you happy indirectly. The crew discovers a bird that has never been seen before. You document it for future generations. And then we go and get 2 supplies. Probably. The crew accidentally trespasses on a hostile village. Dozens of villagers angrily face the crew. You're not going to convince them all individually. And knocking a whole village out wouldn't go down well with the ethics committee. I think this is worth using our tool on. 2 supplies would be really valuable to us. With a combined effort and the clever targeting of the village elders, the crew wins over the hearts of the villagers. Harry almost botches it, but Kwame makes a smooth recovery. Everyone is invited for a feast where you exchange ideas. The leftovers of the feast are packed in a llama bag and given to the crew as supplies. Alright, so we need to start heading toward the exit. You meet a villager that is sick and tired of the Emperor. When you tell him you're going to visit him, he jumps to conclusions. You're going to talk some sense into him? Awesome, he's a terrible leader and knows next to nothing about running a country. Praise be upon you. A hasty conclusion, but hey, fame is fame. That's true, fame is fame. Of all the things in the world that could be fame, fame is the one that is. We're going to go here, and then we'll see how things work out. I want the XP. The crew is enjoying the beautiful sights in these old and mysterious lands, when suddenly Philippe is knocked over by a bunch of running Incan warriors. They've gone mad! Run! Kwame saves Philip from being trampled. Philippe. Kwame barely pulls Philippe out of the way of a small young llama. Its family arrives at the spot, obviously enraged. They seem to think you're trying to steal their baby. Well, let's convince them otherwise. With friendship. And maybe dart throwing. Syringe throwing, actually. I guess they're not darts, right? So we got 4 llamas. Don't be friendly. You're not the boss of me. Okay, so let's take one out deviously. Foaming with rage. Okay. Oh, actually, we're not going to be able to get over there, are we? Ugh, that doesn't do hardly any damage at all. Okay, well, I'll do that. That does hardly any damage at all, is the thing I meant to say. Words is tough, you know? Words is just real tough. Who has the worst defenses? Alright, let's dance with... what's his face? Harry does have 50 grit, but... I'd rather, take less damage in a steady fashion. Mean. Our speech attack, our offensive speech statistic is getting all screwed up. Ah, take this, llamas. Look at that. The noise the llama makes is adorable. Wah. Like some kind of even hairier Wario. I don't think that that's a thing. I don't think that we have a lot of information that suggests Wario is covered with body hair, but I mean, look at him. He has to be. Alright. Friendly fun, and we're out of another encounter friendly. Hopefully this will give us another helper, I think. Wow, thanks for saving my llamas. The soldiers you just saw were trying to take the young one. Llamas are incredibly valuable, so here, take this gold. Yep. More friends. More gold. Some Incan tools are scattered along a roadside through the mountains. It looks like someone lost their cargo. Oh, we can make a new tool. Nice. And also, 9 tokens, because why not? With exciting ingenuity, Philippe creates a very useful tool. Kwame can't believe what he's seeing. Is Philippe some kind of Incan wizard? He does have a clockwork leg. That is basically magic. Alright, so this will get a level for Philippe. You arrive in a small Incan village. Kwame is not sure whether this particular village is with or against the Emperor. Philippe notices a statue in the distance. Then the villagers greet you, so these guys like the Emperor. And we'll say we do too. And then we'll tell them that we were lying. The villagers are infuriated that you cannot see the Emperor for what he truly is. Alright. Let's get this over with. Oh, my mouse. I have a short in my mouse cable, I think, and it turns off for a moment sometimes. Apologies. Okay, there we go. I might have to get a new one. I wish we had a little bit of AoE. Just a little bit. Alright, so Philippe and Kwame can probably deal with these two. I mean, these are just random villagers. They're not really a threat. Okay, well that was easy enough. And then this guy will run over and he'll try desperately to do something to Harry, and then Harry will impress him. I think that regen zone's gonna save you. Ridiculous. Alright. So we've resolved quite a lot of encounters friendly here. In the end, you convince the villagers, yep. We know. We saw this before. Alright, so Philippe gets to have an extra attack on his normal attack, or resistance to enraged attacks. This is almost not valuable at all. I think we're going to take Swift Hands. We almost never attack, but if we decided to, this would be valuable. This is almost never going to be valuable. Alright. I think it's time to wrap the adventure up. There's only one node we haven't seen. It's probably not anything amazing. The palace. Treasure guarded by the dictatorial emperor must lie within. Of course, the palace is heavily guarded. The crew regroups to plot a roguish diversion. It looks like it will be a tough challenge. I'm surprised that these guys are so good at this. Oh, everybody has a rank of rogue from broing out with Harry. Anyway, obviously. With some clever sneaking, Harry bypasses the guards and opens a side window. Creates a route for the rest of the crew to safely bypass all those guards. The crew can enter the palace undetected. We walk down a hallway that is decorated with statues and carvings of the undisputed Emperor of the Incas. The atmosphere is getting heavy. Philippe knows you'll face the Emperor right after opening this door. And there he is, indeed. The pretenders! They're here to overthrow your beloved leader and destroy the Incan lands! No, we've come to free the Incan people! No, we just want your treasure! The Emperor is not impressed. I will have none of this! Warriors, round them up for punishment! Looks like a formidable force. You'll need to break his concentration. Alright. Maybe we can convince him not to be such a crappy Emperor. Wouldn't that be cool? Alright. So these guys are only weak against sadness, because everybody's only weak against sadness. I get a little frustrated with that sometimes. Like, sadness is just, it's so much better than the other negative emotions. So remember, the Emperor doesn't have attacks, actually, so that's something. Let's do this in a way that makes sense. We can't really sadden these guys. Actually, let's just go to here. But we can do this. Oh. And then Kwame can knock this guy out. Well, with him being weakened and all. And this will push us over into devious, so we'll get the grit bonus. But this is going to be kind of slow going, it looks like. Yeah. At some point, Harry's going to be able to just kill a bunch of dudes. So that's something to look forward to. Alright, bring this guy down. We're getting pretty close on this plan. Actually, I'm going to do this. Even if it's not a kill right now. And I'm not going to end the turn friendly, because we are about to get attacked by a guy who has a buff. I can't afford to lose the 25 armor. And then I think this turn the Emperor will pull out his shotgun. Wow, that still hits like an absolute truck. Yep. Okay, so we gotta devious him off of that shotgun. Okay, we're just gonna endure another hit from this guy, I think. Kwame kind of sounds like a Murloc sometimes. Alright. So we made him drop his shotgun and we did a ton of damage to him. We're gonna have to endure a smack from this dude with the confidence, but I think we're gonna be able to get this friendly. I know it doesn't look like it. Cartoon. Well, I haven't heard that in a while. Alright, we should be able to bring down one more of these guys. How much do I want to be friendly? Yeah, okay, we're doing it. This is the time. And then I think I'm going to try to dance, because I'm not going to be able to get to that guy. Kwame has only 5 armor. Okay, we'll just do this. Pull him out of confident mode, so he's no longer getting the bonus attack power for confident, or the bonus attack power for the super buff he gets while being confident. And then he's going to miss Kwame anyway. Uh-oh, shotgun time. We have to get the kill confident, though. So he's immune to friendliness. Like, he's immune to, excited. Alright. I'm gonna do this. And then this. Oh no. How are we gonna do this? I'm just going to let him shoot us with the shotgun. That is the plan I've decided on. We're gonna bank up a bunch of friendly points by doing things friendly here, finishing a guy off friendly, and then with a minus 20 armor buff, we're just going to eat the shotgun blast. If we lose a resolve, it's not the end of the world. Okay. But now Philippe can finish the encounter friendly. Calculated losses. Alright. You don't know for sure if you've done the right thing, but you become friends with the Emperor. I see. It's good to have diplomatic relations with foreign powers like yourself. I will show you my greatness by showering you with gifts and knowledge. Yay, you're an oligarch. Alright. Cool. We have 38 campaign tokens right now, So this would be like 76 campaign, or 76 status. And this is like 120-ish, so. A great treasure indeed. The Emperor continues. If you ever need to stash some gold in an overseas bank account, just let me know. Friends of the Emperor are always welcome. Kwame feels a little bit dirty, and tells the Emperor you have to leave. You know, to comb Pinkerton's hair or something. That was unusual. Okay, so, being friendly in that expedition is not really that great. I was hoping that we would find the new thing they added. Based on what they wrote in the patch notes, I'm pretty sure that was not it. But we did manage to get a hold of a bunch of extra discovery tokens after getting that discovery token bonus, so that's nice. What was it? 6 to 10 research and 20 to 25 gold. We also got a ton of status, and like we did just get a lot of raw resources. Yeah, not too bad. And I mean, obviously our renown is going to end up north of 2,500, because it always does. That's not even a concern. We're just going to run, but it's okay. We got to see some cool things. We got to see a Necromancer. We fought some skeletons. What do you think Charles Darwin would have to say about that? Kwame, you have time for one last expedition before the World Expo starts and the most renowned explorer is presented. This is your last chance to gain more renown. I think we're going to go for wealth, because we've got a lot of extra gold from a lot of kinds of tokens. Alright, time to prepare. One last preparation. Yeah, we don't have enough. This is still not enough status to buy out all of our halls and buy stuff from Rio, so I think we're going to go to Beijing for this. Okay, so we unlocked jobs that give the insight spending opportunities that give the large tokens. We also do have some research, so let's do this. We could get another discovery bonus, and then a discovery each time we find a treasure, and that'll mean each treasure is worth even more gold, which means it's worth even more renown. Our other option, of course, is to go anthropology and get a tool. Yeah, let's do that. We're already getting a poor score. We're not going to be able to get a good score out of this run at this point. But a tool might actually let me see what happens if you pass all those checks at the place. Alright. So we could write another research paper if we went hard on research, probably. I'm not going to bother. We got our tool. Fine. That's fine. Gains an extra speech on Harry's enrage, or an extra attack on Harry's attack. We're already pretty good at going devious. I think I'm going to do this. For some reason, this is showing as though it's going to reduce my stats. That's not the case. It's weird. Yeah, let's go for this. Let's give Kwame his pot. Yay! Level... Oh, it didn't right, it doesn't update until you close it and reopen it. Yeah, okay. Level 5 Quick Thinker. So, we have a lot of resolve to spend. Let's have a look at who else is at the San Fran Saloon, because this is new and I'm curious. Okay, there's people who give you tokens for encounter tokens for resolving encounters in particular ways, and then there's more people who improve the payouts of your tokens. So this is actually a really valuable place, but it costs a lot of status. So I think we're gonna take Brother Christopher for sure. So actually, Charles is better now than he used to be because there are more places to hire specialists. That's an interesting thing to note. Let's go back to the Turkish baths. So, engineer piloting. Do you have piloting? You do, darn. I was hoping we could get him even higher up. Well, we could gain a survivalist perk and get more collect tokens. I think that's what we're going to do. the Jebrem Janissary. And you're a survivalist, right? Yes, we'll give him hunting. Okay. And then here, tactician military history. That would give us a little buff in combats since we don't have anybody who's a tactician yet. We'll give it to Harry, I suppose. Because Harry still has an open trinket slot, and he could potentially improve it with a trinket if I decide that's worth doing. And then we have enough... we do, in fact, have enough status to finish this off. So do I want to gain research from collect, so that our collect tokens are even more valuable? Or do I want to gain gold from study to increase the amount of gold that we're going to get, since gold is the thing that's giving me extra value, renown? I think I want to do that. So it's just straight up James Cook. I like Pistol Louise. That's clever. So a survivalist or a naturalist perk? Actually, a naturalist perk might be a good idea. Oh, he has a little bit of naturalism already. Yeah, let's do that. Let's buff up his naturalism. Leap will become a geologist. Nice. Alright, so is that... do we buy out all of the specialists then? We did, and we just have a tiny bit... oh no, we didn't. General Olaf. Okay, so... I think I want to spend my insight on treasures, and the treasure hunts give status, right? Yeah, I think this is the way we're going to spend our insight. Is this going to get us there? 46? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we'll just barely be able to buy out all of the entourage sites. Oh no, there's an there's another tier. Okay, so even with that we couldn't. I could have focused on like secret tokens, but I really did want the gold. We're gonna have to buy a lot of gear here. So the question is, do I want to get extra collect tokens and tactician perks? Yeah, I think so. That makes sense to me. Because this'll make what's his face, a level 2 tactician. So offense and defense are on offer here. Let's have a look and see. Oh, we should upgrade this shop. So formations is available, or offense and survivalist hunting, which he actually has already. Damn it. The coach whistle was almost really great. So yeah, we'll just get... I don't know, we'll get defense, I suppose. Since there is a thing that gives offense. Harry will learn defense. Okay. And then... I think we are going to buy him Tactician's Notes, probably. And that way he'll be Tactician 3, and we'll get the 2nd level Tactician buff. But let's talk about... more books. Oh, we also need defenses. But like, 35 speech is not enough speech. So we're going to go all the way up to the legendary book for him. Okay. And then we're going to get a good book for Kwame, too. We'll just spend on offense, and we'll figure out our defenses, you know, by killing everybody. Right? This will bring Kwame to 50. Yeah, no, we should not spend all of our money on that. We should still buy some defensive items. So the Trowel and Broom is probably pretty good, given the way we're doing things. Philippe is usually in melee range of stuff. And then we'll buy Tactician's Notes, like I said. Leaving us with about 800 gold, I think. Oh no, these sell for a lot more than I thought they did. Okay, so we actually have quite a lot of money for upgrading armor. So who has the worst defenses? It's still Philippe, or still Henry by a pretty large margin. Let's buy him some good boots. Sorry, not good boots, like boots that are good. We'll buy him adventure boots, and I think that'll be good. Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to be it for this extra long edition of Renowned Explorers. More to explore. Tomorrow, we conquer the Lost Island. We're going to try to investigate the anti-explorer technology again. We have 5 engineering, and we have it on a person who's actually a scientist this time. So our odds on that should be pretty good, and we brought 2 tools. We're going to get there. If you have any things you'd like to see in the future from this series or any other series you'd like to see, leave that stuff in the comments below. Yeah, I listen to people in the comments. If you make a suggestion, it may well get honored. So, come back next time, Lost Island. We'll see you then.